Welcome to Profit Insights, a podcast journey through the world of finance and economics. I'm your host, Dusty, here to guide you through the latest developments and market trends with a calm, thoughtful approach. Let's dive right in. Today's market overview paints a picture of hope and caution. Investors are keeping a close watch as the major stocks like Google and Microsoft have pushed the Nasdaq Composite up by 2%, the S&P 500 by 1%, and the Dow by 0.7%. It's an uplifting moment after weeks of declines, and Alphabet saw its market cap soar past $2 trillion, following a remarkable $23.6 billion profit announcement. Their first-ever dividend has certainly left a mark. Now, let's talk about some of the key financial stories making waves across the globe. In international trade and economic relations, we witness some significant developments. British Finance Minister Rachel Reeves met with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in Washington to discuss a prospective UK-US economic prosperity trade deal. The focus was on tackling U.S. tariffs and understanding the global economic landscape, particularly with China's export-driven model in mind. Meanwhile, at the IMF and World Bank spring meetings, global policymakers breathed a sigh of relief as President Donald Trump showed restraint, not challenging the existence of key financial institutions like the IMF and the Federal Reserve. Scott Bessent's proposed reforms hinted at a continued U.S. commitment to international financial leadership, which was music to many ears. The Japan-U.S. trade talks also caught our attention. Currency issues were on the table during bilateral finance discussions in Washington, with no specific exchange rate targets set, but a promise to keep dialogues constructive. The valuation of the yen will undoubtedly remain a hot topic in future trade negotiations. Turning our lens to economic forecasts and indicators, South Africa has revised its 2025 growth forecast downward to 1.5%, primarily due to worries about global trade tensions and potential impacts from U.S. tariffs. Meanwhile, the U.S. economy showed signs of slowing, with growth dipping to an annual rate of 1.6% in the first quarter of 2025. This rate is down from the previous quarter's 3.4%. With inflation accelerating to 3.4%, whispers of stagflation have started circulating, prompting careful monitoring of consumer spending and economic policies. In the realm of monetary policy, the U.S. Federal Reserve made a notable move by cutting interest rates by 25 basis points to the 4.25% to 4.5% range. For those tracking future braids of this monetary policy, the Fed has indicated a more measured approach to rate reductions this year, citing stable unemployment rates and slow improvements in inflation. Before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a few investment tips. With 180 companies in the S&P 500 set to release earnings, it's an ideal time for investors to carefully scrutinize those reports. As sectors react to earnings, the tech industry continues to be a powerhouse with anticipated growth. Keep a keen eye on consumer trends. Stability in consumer spending can signal broader economic sentiments. Remember, in today's fast-paced world, navigating the financial landscape requires both agility and patience. As always, conduct your due diligence and make informed decisions. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the shifting world of finance. I hope our discussion today has been insightful and prepares you for what lies ahead. Stay tuned for more updates and stories in our future episodes. And as always, when the dust settles, only the truth remains. Until next time,